My name is Jane Hansen. I have grandchildren 5, and I have great-grandchildren 7.
And what year were you born? How old are you?
And that being rude, man. I'm 94 years old. I was born in August 1732.
My name is Adelia Maniscalco. Everybody calls me Dee. You don't want to know how old I am. How old I am?
You're 92.
92 years old. I have 2 children, a son and a daughter.
My name is Irene Lutz. We have 5 children. Samuel, Jonathan, Ruth, Rachel, Priscilla, all biblical names. I'm 91.
Years young.
Shirley Anderson, born 1934. 3 children, 2 grandchildren, 3 great-grands.
My name is Judy Winnican. I am 85 years old. I'm married to Pastor Winnican. We were blessed with 4 baby girls in 5 years, but the last 2 were twins. And then we ended our baby making career. Decided we weren't going to get us some, but it didn't matter anyhow. We really loved having 4 little girls.
I think it was story time. I would say story time, and they'd each come with a whole armful of books, and we'd sit and read for an hour.
Camping.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, camping. We camped, a neighbor of mine took us camping. We camped in a real military tent in Patio Pacatio here in the mountains by Julian, and we had a ball, yeah.
Well, I played with them a lot, just, and they were easy to love.
With Allison, she used to be the restaurant woman or the yardage woman. I have a lot of material, and I remember one time she said, Mrs., she would give me a name, how many yards do you want of this polka dot material? Oh, give me 4 yards. I was going to make a blouse. She got the material, she folded, and right in the middle, she cut the whole square. No more blouse.
Well, I guess I didn't keep them out of the kitchen. If they were inquisitive or wanted to watch, that was fine. I know I, as a child, learned by observing a lot, just observing. So I think that's an important part. It's not always book knowledge. It's, observing what goes on around in you and your household. And if you have good parents, which I did, that helps.
She had a lot of sayings and wisdom that she passed down to me. And although she was not my mother, I loved her dearly. You can never ask for another better person or father than they did to be able to take her sister's children and bring them all up. How she did it with 7 kids, how she bought Easter eggs, the big sugar eggs. I don't know how my mother did it. Christmas was the same way.
My mom was real generous, and my mom was very, very outgoing. And so was my dad. My father and my mother always helped other kids. In World War II, we took a boy in from Den Haag, and we treated him, as our own family. And I had knitted just a pair of socks, and my mother said, "Oh, aren't you lucky, sissy, just knitted a pair of socks for you." And I felt like shooting my mother because I had to give up my first pair of socks I knitted. Yeah.
I wish they would have shared how hard it was going to be those first 3 or 4 months. But we do survive.
About lost sleep, but you soon learn how to go back to sleep very quickly, you know, when you have to get up 2 or 3 times in the night. You know, the first one's always the learning curve. So when the second one comes along, you're, I think, more relaxed because you kind of know what to expect.
Love your child. Love him and do everything with them, because the time comes when they grow and you can't sit them on your lap or kiss them because they have either left home, they're not there anymore. Just love them. You know, come here and take the time, your time, and give it to them, because they're gone before you know it.
I probably said a lot of prayers, you know, just for help and still loving your kids, no matter what they might do, that you're still there to support them, even though you didn't approve of what they did or are doing, but you still were there for them.
I think the hardest season of motherhood was when they were teenagers. And I'm so thankful I had Carl to help me. I just couldn't imagine going through that time alone.
My husband was extremely helpful, and I didn't try to breastfeed my babies because they were so close together. Even the first two were only 16 months apart. So I bottle fed them. And if one of them would wake up at night, my husband would get up, go to the kitchen and heat the bottles, and I would go pick up the baby and change her diaper, and by that time he'd have one bottle ready and he'd sit down to feed that one. And I'd wake the other one up because I really wanted to keep them on the same schedule. And I would change that diaper and go in the kitchen, pick up the bottle, feed that baby, and usually in 20 minutes we could be back to bed. Alan was really proud about that, but we didn't say a word to each other. We just really did the job at hand and got them back in bed, and we could go back to sleep.
I stay connected to God. Every morning I read the Bible and I stay connected. I look at the good things and I look at what we have. I have a roof above my head. I have food in my refrigerator, and a step at a time, and I be thankful. Yeah, I'm so thankful. Yeah.
Well, we can stay connected to God, I think, every day. I think Carl and I had devotions which helped us get through all those difficult times.
Probably taking the time to use Scripture as your guideline. And when things are difficult, just, you know, maybe saying a minute prayer, you know, or 30-second prayer, just to help you either deal with the situation or give you some peace.
I've always tried to read Portals of Prayer, any short devotion books that you could read in just a few minutes. And then, golly, my whole day seemed to be filled with times of prayer, usually just short ones, saying, God help me with this.
That the Lord would keep them safe and that they would keep him close to him.
Probably as they got older and were able to get their driver's licenses, I think it was praying for their safety, you know, because they were out, you know, on their own, and you trusted them to return.
I often pray that they are close to God.
I still do to this very day. Ask the Lord to keep them safe, keep them healthy, keep them content and happy, and help them in their lives if they have problems, to grow their faith and be good citizens of our world and do worthwhile things.
Even now, I pray for them. You know, that they do not fall into a trap, that the Lord will be with them and show them the way.
Take each day at a time and pray about it and do the best you can, and don't have a lot of regrets and worries over what happened in the past.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard.
And you can't be everything to them. You have to give yourself some slack. I didn't say that, but you know, you can't keep a perfect house. There just is no time to do that, and you have to do what's important.
Seek more help, more guidance, and especially from your own parents. If you had good parents, it was easy to do.
Well, to love them unconditionally and to tell them a lot. No day should go by without telling your children that you love them.
Love your child. No matter if he does something bad, you might have to spank him or scold him, but still tell him, I love you.
Love your kids no matter what.